January 31st of 2023, we were rear-ended by a semi. I was in the vehicle ahead of my wife behind me, pulling a U-Haul trailer. He hit my wife first and spun her around, and then he hit the U-Haul trailer and pushed me. He exploded the U-Haul trailer. I got out of my vehicle and stuff and looked behind me and saw my wife further back on the highway facing oncoming traffic. Her head was split completely down all the way to her nose, from her hairline all the way down her nose. I thought she was dead at that point. I couldn't get her to respond. She finally opened her eyes, which was a blessing and a relief for me. She spent 3 days in ICU, still not knowing who she was or where she was. She had a traumatic brain injury. Her back was broken. The little wings on her back was broken in levels. Her neck was broke. She finally had neck surgery back in February, right before she passed. It was 2 weeks before she passed. She had difficulty walking and moving, and the last year and a half of her life was just pure hell. We have used Rue and Ziffra one time in the past on that, when my wife was T-boned, turned it into work. And I never had a second thought on who I was going to use for this one. It was an immediate response. Our entire team, even when my wife was alive, were fantastic. They went out of their way for us. You know, they made us feel like they care. All of our medical bills, they had covered on the case before we even had any kind of a settlement or anything. We didn't have to pay anything out of our pocket. When Angel did pass, I called the office when they opened, and they were in shock. They got me money to pay for her cremation because I didn't have it. I didn't know what I was going to do. They took care of all of that, so I didn't have to worry. The entire team was caring. You know, everybody was so consoling, and it says the world on that, just how caring and pleasant and concerned on that everybody, the entire staff was, my team. I can't say enough. I would just like to say to everybody that if you need caring attorneys and caring staff, you want somebody that's there going to fight for you on that, I would highly recommend Rue and Ziffra.